Welcome back to Houston Newsmakers and to Congressman Al Green representing the 9th Congressional District. Thank you again for being here, Congressman. Good to see you.
My honor to be with you.
About a week and a half ago, you introduced formal articles of impeachment against President Trump. You've been talking about that for a bit. What step was that, and why did it not move forward from just you saying it from the
floor? It's a three-step process. First, we have to give notice of the articles by reading them on the floor. After giving notice, I have the opportunity to either go forward immediately within 2 days, or I can withhold them and give the public an opportunity to understand them, which is what we're doing today by coming on this program. Thereafter, I can give notice again, and then within the next 2 working days, we'll have to have them brought before the Congress.
You have known for a long time this is an uphill battle. What is it about this step that you're taking that makes you feel that this is the right thing that you need to do and people are going to get on board?
Well, uphill only if you consider this, that there must be 218 votes to win. I'm not about counting votes. I'm about American democracy. This is about government of the people, by the people, for the people. I'm about the republic and trying to keep the republic. So I can only assure one vote, and that will be my vote. And I can only assure others that history will judge us all, and the truth will be known.
High crimes and misdemeanors, I think, are some of the things, the phrases I hear as it relates to impeachment. Is that not part of what...
A misunderstood phraseology, right. Completely misunderstood. There is no requirement that the president commit a crime to be impeached. In fact, when Andrew Johnson was impeached in 1868, the article of impeachment number 10 alleged that he just said bad things about Congress, for which he was impeached. So there's no requirement of a crime being committed.
What kind of support do you have among even your Democratic Party?
I don't whip people on things like this. This is a question of conscience. This is something for people to decide for themselves. This is an opportunity for us all to go on record saying that this president is unfit to hold the office.
So this is not as much about getting it passed as it is just getting it on record?
It is about getting it passed if people are of a mind to vote for it. I don't encourage people to do what I do. I'm doing this as a matter of conscience. This is something I'm compelled to do. It's not something that I really want to do. But the Constitution, Article 2, Section 4, says that when a president commits these kinds of acts, they are impeachable.
What do you think, quickly, some of the things that you think are impeachable offenses that he's done?
Well, one of the things that I find completely abhorrent is the fact that the president incites a right-wing hate machine. That's this alt-right hate machine, and he fuels it with racial antipathy, religious anxiety, stealthy sexism, dreadful xenophobia. He fuels this, and one of the things that he did was to call the mothers of professional football players, all of whom are men, he called their mothers dogs. This incites other people to think ill of people. The president shouldn't do this. He should be mindful of the high duties of his high office and the necessary for him to be professional in that office.
And there are those who would say to you that this is just politics. It's not a matter of impeachment. And I think we're going to talk more about that because you have agreed to be on Houston Newsmakers Extra.
I am, but I want to just say you hit it on the head. It is politics. Impeachment is political. It's not judicial. It doesn't go to a court. It goes to the House of Representatives.
Congressman Green, thank you for being here, kind of priming the pump, if you will. Houston Newsmakers Extra on click2houston.com is where you go to get the rest of our conversation. I'll have final thoughts and a look at next week.